my father used to run the cram school by himself. Then he taught Japanese and mathematics and also English by himself. Then at the time, I was not quite interested in English at all. But he hosted some native speakers, the people from overseas, at my house. But which I didn't like. Then I was kind of afraid of communicating with them. And also I was not good at English either. Then until I became a university student, thanks to the professor, I got really interested in English. But at the same time, I got interested in teaching English. So that's when I wanted to become a teacher, great teacher like him. The best moments are when my students have aha moments, like when the challenging concepts clicks for them, and also seeing their progress and the newfound confidence is incredibly rewarding to me. And I also enjoy the creative interpretations, and when they make connections between what they are learning and their own lives. Okay, my key concept for my teaching is to adapt the authentic materials to my students. So that's one of the reasons I decided to use the Oxford Reading Trees, which is authentic English textbook. Then my students can feel the atmosphere where the reality is happening. I just want to make it more realistic, the reality, the real one. So I sometimes invite the travel agents or the people from travel company, and also the publishers to my class, so that my students can have to do the presentation in front of those professionals. So they use their English not only to their peers, but also other people in the real world. The students these days have the they're very good at using the technologies and AI or in technology, so which is surprising to me. But they to compare with the students in the past, they know much about what's going on in the world. So they get have the easy access to the real world, I think, through SNS and other YouTube or other technologies. So sometimes they came to me saying, when I was watching the movie or when I was watching the clips, then I heard or I noticed some expressions that I learned in class, or even the topic. I think different people have different ideas, and also even the good learner might have some bad day for them. They might break up with their boyfriend, girlfriend, or they have a kind of conflict with the family members or something, or they might have the kind of bad physical condition. I don't know, but I encourage them to work as a community, as a group. So they come to school, and once they got in the classroom, so they are the members of this community, and so they're not alone. And then when they have difficulty learning something, so then looking around them, then so they find their partners and then the people who support them. In my lessons, I try not to speak as much as possible so that they can be the center of the lessons. I try to use the pair work and group works all the time, and also I'd like to integrate my lesson plans into with their daily lives as much as possible. And also I like to make my lessons like more how can I say, competitive, so they can compete with each other, and then they stimulate with each other. So that's what I'm trying to make when I teach. My students are using Oxford Reading Club, which is a digital tools for extensive reading. But at the same time, they read Oxford Reading Tree and other books in my class, in my lesson. The reason is that the students can choose whatever book they want at class, in my class. But at the same time, so when they go back home, so they can start reading their own digital tools, digital reading club too. So I guess providing those environments, I mean those tools, will be essential for my students in terms of choosing their materials or learning by themselves. I'm really excited about the integration of AI and adaptive learning technologies in ELT. And these tools personalize learning experience, and I guess make it more efficient and engaging for students, I think. This semester, I tried AI technology, and I try to integrate it into my lesson. And the students have to do the presentation, but before they wrote their script, so I didn't encourage them to use AI at all. But once they finish writing, I encourage them to use the ChatGPT so that they can, correct their grammatical errors and something. But I told my students not to rely on that too much. So ChatGPT might have some, make some mistakes in the grammar or something. After that, so they have to, they have to read through the whole script again, finding something awkward or something different from what they like to do or what they had expected. So that's one of the moments, like in terms of the learning by themselves. Speaking of my students, so there are some students who are kind of, their English is proficiency level is probably kind of native-like, but the most of the students, I would say, most of the students are not that good. So, for example, when I tell them to read through the scripts again, but they were not quite sure if the sentences are correct or not. Like, so they feel like, oh, so here's some mistakes, I think, but I'm not quite sure. So the students started asking the question to the peers, I mean, to their friends, their classmates. Hey, what do you think about this? So I thought, oh, that's a mistake. But what do you think? Then, like, actually, I didn't mean it, but they started discussing with each other. So that's one of the greatest thing I saw. Their extensive range of tools, from textbooks to extensive reading programs, has enriched my lessons and helped me cater to diverse learning needs. I always tell my students my motto, which is play by ear. I encourage them not to stick with just one thing, but just be flexible and play by ear. And then also I encourage them to become independent